Why do you always smile at me, human? The alien queen meets a human for the first time. The first time she saw him, he smiled. No words, no threats, just a smile. Queen Rhayla, the Zarin Dominion, had never encountered such a gesture before. Her people did not smile. It was seen as a display of weakness. Expressions were reserved only for war or ritual. And yet this human, dressed in battered armor, dirt-streaked and unarmed, stood before a delegation with an unshakable grin. She should have ordered her guards to remove him. Instead, she found herself curious. The humans had arrived on planet Zerinos, 3 under a peace banner, but Queen Rhayla expected treachery. She was a conqueror, born of fire and blade. Her ancestors had burned 1,000 worlds to the ground. And yet here they were, proposing diplomacy. He was her envoy, not a general, not a noble, just a soldier named Captain Marcus Leighton. "I'm honored to be in your presence, your majesty," he said on the first day, bowing low. Then he smiled again. She narrowed her eyes. "Why do you bare your teeth at me, human?" He blinked, then laughed. "It's called a smile. It's not meant as a threat. And yet you do it constantly. Because I'm happy to meet you." No one had ever said that to her before. Their first few meetings were formal. Her advisors warned her not to engage with him too much. "He is lowborn. Not even their leaders." One hissed, "He disrespects our silence with constant speech." Another spat. Yet Queen Rhayla met Marcus again. And again, something about his presence disarmed her, not in a way that made her weak, but in a way that made her wonder. He brought stories of Earth. Strange, colorful stories about oceans and laughter. Things that felt like dreams from forgotten time. He showed her a picture of a dog and tried to explain what it was. "This is what you keep as a companion?" she asked, squinting at the image. "A small beast." "She's not a beast. She's family. Her name's Molly." She tilted her head. "You name animals. You named your starships," he teased. She did not respond, but the corners of her lips twitched. On the 5th day, she caught herself smiling back. It happened without thought. A reflex. He had told a foolish joke about humans getting lost in their own cities. The absurdity of it amused her. Her second-in-command, Commander Vrex, noticed. His eyes widened. "You show teeth, my queen," he whispered. "Should I order him removed?" "No," she replied softly. "I want to hear the end of the story." One night, she invited him to walk the crystal gardens of Sorich, a place no outsider had ever seen. Marcus walked beside her, hand behind his back, eyes full of wonder as the luminous plants pulse with life. "This is the most beautiful place I've ever seen." She studied him carefully. "You've seen many worlds. None like this." He glanced at her, then asked, "Why did you let me in here?" She hesitated, then said, "I wanted to see if the smile ever fades." "And it doesn't." He chuckled. "Maybe that's what makes humans dangerous. We don't stop smiling, even in the dark." She stopped walking. "I was taught to fear your kind," she said, "that humans could not be trusted, that you hide your blades behind false grins." "We do," he admitted. "Sometimes, but not this time." She believed him. On the 7th day, he brought her a gift, a tiny silver charm in the shape of a star. "It's a custom," he explained. "When we like someone, we give them something small but meaningful." "And what does this mean?" "That I hope to see you again, even after the diplomacy ends." Queen Rhayla stared at the charm for a long time before slipping it into the folds of her royal armor. "I accept your custom," she said, then paused. "And return it." She handed him a small fragment of an iridescent crystal harvested from her homeworld's core, a sacred relic. He held it gently, as if it were alive. "Thank you, your majesty." She looked at him differently that day, as not just a human, but as a person. But not everyone was pleased. Commander Vrex confronted her privately. "You lower yourself for this soft creature," he growled. "He clouds your judgment." "He makes me question it," she corrected. "And that is not weakness. He is a distraction, a threat." "Then I will face it myself." That night, she met Marcus again, but her demeanor had changed. "You are returning to your people tomorrow," she said. He nodded. "I was told the diplomatic talks are nearly complete. Before you go, I must ask something." "Anything. Why do you always smile at me?" He didn't laugh. He didn't tease. He just looked at her, eyes warm. "Because when I first saw you, you looked like someone who hadn't seen kindness in a long time." She flinched. "I smile because you deserve to see something other than fear. Because I wanted you to know not all humans come to conquer." She stepped closer. "And if I ordered you to stay, I would." "No hesitation?" "None." "Even if it meant exile?" He nodded. "If you asked." For the first time, her hand reached out and touched his. Cold skin against warm fingers. "I do not understand your ways, human," she said softly. "But I understand you." And for the first time, Queen Rhayla leaned forward and pressed her forehead gently to his, the way her people showed deepest trust. The next morning, he didn't board the ship back to Earth. The peace treaty was signed, but Captain Marcus Leighton remained. The Zarenth people whispered, confused, angry, curious. The human had been accepted into the Queen's inner circle, given quarters within her own tower, guarded, honored. One day, someone asked her, "Why do you keep the human here, my queen?" She answered simply, "Because he smiled." And I forgot what it was like to smile back.